If anyone here is working in a job that you hate, text them right now and say you quit. But one of the things I wanted to mention coming here is about passion. I've always been quite passionate, and one thing I've learned as an entrepreneur, which I've been basically my whole life, is do whatever you're passionate about. So I meet a lot of people, and they'll say, you know, I want to start a company or something. I want to do something. I'm like, okay, what's your passion? A lot of people don't even know what their passion is, although everyone has it. But a lot of people just don't know. Or if they do, they might say something. Well, I'll give you an example of me. About 10 years ago, my passion was freedom, which you can call libertarianism, you can call it anarchism, anarcho-capitalism, voluntarism. These are all the same words, similar words for the same thing. And I decided to start a newsletter called the Dollar Vigilante, and I said this is an anarcho-capitalist newsletter based in Austrian economics, which is the sort of freedom style of economics. And even my own partner said, you can't say that we're anarchists. This is 10 years ago. I said, why not? He said, oh, people think we're like, we throw bombs and we're crazy and stuff. And I said, I know, but we're going to change that. So I followed my passion. I said, I have to tell the world about how central banks work, how this entire economic system, the monetary system, the financial system are all rigged against people. The central banking system is one of the most nefarious things in the world. And people didn't know that. So I just started doing that. That was my passion. That's grown now into quite a large thing. I don't even know how many employees. I also at the same time said, this isn't good enough. I also need to let people really know about what really freedom is. So I started a podcast called Anarchast. And again, a lot of people said, oh, you can't just go and say you're an anarchist, you know. That started in 2011. It's now the biggest in the world. It now has a conference that we had a few thousand people come to last year and probably many more next year. And it's sort of become a worldwide movement, all from living my passion. And interestingly enough, and this is one thing for people out there, a lot of people say, well, I'm scared to start something that's about my passion. There's a lot of fears about what could happen, all that kind of stuff. My answer to that is always just do it. I don't care what it is. Like if you say, I love basket weaving, start your own basket weaving operation. Right now, I don't care what you're doing. If you're working at a bank or whatever you're doing, quit. Not tomorrow, like today, this minute. If anyone here is working in a job that you hate, text them right now and say you quit. I'm serious. Now, don't blame me if you end up sleeping on the street a few weeks from now. But what will actually happen is the universe is quite amazing. Luke Rudowski's here of We Are Change, and I followed him around for a number of years, and he lives completely out of having faith that the universe will provide. Now, I've always made quite a bit of money as an entrepreneur, so I'm always like, oh, if I get stuck somewhere, I'll just get a 5-star hotel and I'll figure it out. Luke's like, well, I have no money, but I'm going to go to Bilderberg conference in Germany, and I'd meet him there. I'd be like, so where you're staying? And he'd go, I don't know. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I have no money. I'm like, aren't you worried? He's like, I'll figure it out. And I actually remember on that exact conversation, we were sitting at a little restaurant. I had just arrived. We were about to go to Bilderberg, and he had just told me he had no place to stay. And as soon as he had basically said that, the manager of the hotel came up and said, Luke Rudowski? And he said, yeah. He goes, I'm a huge fan. And he goes, where are you staying? And Luke said, I don't have a place. He goes, this is your place. This happens all the time. When you have faith in the universe, and I can't explain how it all works or anything, but I've seen it and I've done it personally. Don't worry. This is what the entire cult, the entire culture wants everyone to be, is in a state of fear. Well, if I quit my job today, well, tomorrow, how can I even eat? You'll figure it out. It'll be fine. In fact, as soon as you shut that door, if you're in a place where you don't want to be, just get out of there. You'll be amazed. Like, I almost hope if some of you guys here are currently not in a job you want, and you had just finished texting, hopefully, that you quit, I'd like to hear, because in a couple of days, I can almost guarantee you, you're gonna go, I can't believe it. My dream job just popped up out of nowhere. It literally does go like that. When you follow your passion, the universe will just open doors for you.